Hello, welcome to June. We're moving up once more to our third eye chakra. That is this place located between your eyebrows and is said to be the seat of intuition and interconnectedness. It's really that place of spiritual awakeness and profundity. And we really find access to it through contemplation, stillness, and silence. So meditation is a fantastic opportunity. We're going to move a little bit today because it also is a seat of balance and harmony. So I like the idea that we can move our bodies a bit and then slow our bodies way down. So we'll warm the body up and then we'll just get still for a little while. So find a comfortable seat and maybe find a blanket or a cushion to lift your hips above your knees so that our spine can grow long. And placing hands either face up or face down on your thighs, coming into stillness. Just noticing the rise and fall of your chest. With each inhale and exhale, just arriving. And we will explore a pranayama. This is a breathing technique or pattern. And just listening, because it can sound a little complicated, but it's not. So if you take your peace fingers, your index finger and middle finger, and press them together and place them at that third eye center, the point in between your eyebrows. And if you're using your right hand for this, your thumb will be closing off your right nostril and your ring finger closes off the left. And first, closing off our right nostril, breathing in deeply through your left until you reach the apex of your breath. Closing off the left nostril with the ring finger and slowly exhaling out your right nostril. When you reach the bottom of that breath, keeping the fingers the same, breathing back in through the right nostril until you reach the top, closing off the right nostril and exhaling out the left. If you are a visual learner, it should look like an upside down U moving back and forth across the nostrils. So once more, inhaling through the left, up through the left, closing off the left, and exhaling through the right. On your own, taking as long as you need, but inhaling through one nostril, closing that nostril off and exhaling through the other side. And without changing, inhaling through that same side, closing it off and exhaling out the opposite. Notice any changes between your two nostrils without any judgment. It's just noticing. This pranayama is called Nadi Shodhana, which translates to opposite nostril breathing. And it is said to be a fantastic way to balance our yin and our yang, our go and our stop, our masculine and our feminine. It's just, it's a simple practice that allows a cultivation of balance. So continuing your breath pattern once more, and on your next exhale, release your hands down to your thighs and breathing in and out through your nose naturally. Notice the difference in sensation without any control or pattern, but just cultivating a natural, easy breath. At the bottom of your next exhale, slowly blink your eyes open. Welcome to your practice. So let's get going. Finding all fours, tabletop position, shoulders above your wrists, hips above your knees, and exploring a few rounds of intuitive cat and cow. I'm going to give some directions, but really I'm hoping to make this a practice of intuition. So if something feels good to you, do more of it. And if it doesn't feel right, let that go. Maybe taking some barrel rolls or wags of the tail. But just beginning to create some heat, some movement through our spine. And coming into stillness, tucking our toes, pressing through our palms to lift our knees and shift our hips back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out one side and then the next, releasing your hamstrings. Allowing your chest to melt toward the floor. And coming into stillness. Gaze forward at your hands and take a stroll up to the top of the mat. Moving organically, moving on your own, and placing your feet shoulder width apart. Allow your chest to drape over your thighs, keeping a generous bend in your knees so that your spine can really unfurl, relax, and lengthen. Swaying side to side, and maybe grabbing opposite elbows so that your head can hang heavy. On your inhale, halfway lift, place your palms on your thighs or your shins and creating length through your spine. Gaze is toward the floor. And on an exhale, release down toward the floor, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up toward the sky, long through your spine, gazing toward your fingertips. Exhale, pull a prayer to your heart. Notice your feet on the ground. Notice the stability and the strength of this simple position. Inhale, arms sweep up once more. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing through your hands, right foot steps back, low lunge. Right knee releases, right toe untucks. Left foot is firmly planted, arms reach up, length through your right hip. Exhale, arms release down to frame your left foot. Right toe tucks, right knee lifts. Left foot meets right, high plank. A few rounds of breath here, cultivating heat. And on an exhale, lower your knees, your chest and chin with elbows keeping close to your chest. Belly releases toward the floor. Palms plant on either side of your chest. Chest lifts, heart shines forward. Exhale, releasing forehead down to the floor. And pausing here for a moment to notice your third eye center, gently resting on your mat. On your next exhale, press your hips back to child's. Knees stay wide, belly drapes in between thighs. And when you're ready, press up into tabletop, tucking toes, hips shift up and back, downward facing dog. Left foot plants, right foot sweeps up, knee to nose, planting right foot in between hands, lowering left knee, untucking left toe, arms reach up, low lunge. Reach your arms toward the sky as though you're climbing upwards so that your chest and side body lengthens. Inhale, exhale, releasing both palms to frame that left foot. Left toe tucks, left knee lifts, left foot meets right at the top of your mat, forward fold. Oh, allowing your body, allowing your torso to drape. Knees can stay bent so that your spine lengthens toward the floor. On your next inhale, halfway lift, palms press into the fronts of your legs, spine lengthens. Exhale, release toward the floor. Upward salute, inhaling, arms reach toward the sky. And on your next exhale, draw prayer to your heart center. Mountain. Pause here once more, noticing your own strength. On an inhale, arms sweep up, reach up toward the sky, and exhale, swan dive, folding your chest forward, forward fold. Moving to the left side, both palms plant so that your left foot can step back, left knee lowers, left toe untucks, arms reach up, low lunge. Inhaling here, long through your torso. Exhale, palms frame that front foot, left toe tucks, left knee lifts, right foot meets left, high plank. On your next exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, elbows, traction backward toward your toes. Inhale, chest lifts, heart shines forward. Exhale, release your forehead to the ground. Maybe give your hips a shift right and left. Rock them on your mat, creating some fluid intuition through your pelvis, through your spine. Child's pose, hips shift back to meet your heels. Knees are wide. Once again, forehead rests on the floor. If your mind has wandered, bring it back to your breath. And when you're ready, shifting up into tabletop once more. Hips over knees, shoulders above wrists, toes tuck, shift hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out, any pops and cracks are welcome. Let us know that we're alive or aging, I don't know. Probably a little bit of both. Planting with your right, left foot reaches toward the sky, left knee bends, left knee to nose. Place your left foot between your hands, right knee lowers, right knee untucks, arms reach, low lunge. Inhale, and on your exhale, palms frame the front foot. Back toe tucks, back knee lifts, right foot meets your left, forward fold. So that's one full round of sun salutations. If you've got it, feel free to continue on your own, making it your own movement. Anything that might feel good in your body, feel free to explore that. And if you're still following along, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. We'll move through that a little bit quicker, but still paced and comfortable. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, prayer pulls through heart center, mountain. Inhale, arms reach up, upward salute. Exhale, swan dive, fold your torso forward. Forward fold. Halfway lift. And release, forward fold. Palms plant, right foot steps back, right knee lowers, right toe untucks, arms sweep up, low lunge. Inhale, exhale, palms plant, right toe tucks, left foot meets right, high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga if it's in your practice. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, release. Inhale, feel your belly on the floor. Exhale, press back into child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, hip shift up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, plant your left foot, right foot sweeps, right knee to nose, right foot plants, left knee lowers, untuck that toe, arms reach up, low lunge. Inhale, and on your exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toe, left knee comes up off the ground, left foot meets right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, heart center, with palms pressed to mountain. Inhale, arms sweep, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Hands plant, left foot steps back, left knee lowers, arms reach long through that left hip, extending toward the sky. On an inhale, exhale, release both hands, tuck your left toe, right foot meets left, high plank. On your next exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, hips meet heels, child's pose. On your inhale, shifting up into tabletop. Exhale, toes tuck, hips shift up, downward facing dog. Plant your right foot, sweep your left toes, left knee comes to nose, planting left foot in between your hands, right knee lowers, toes untuck, arms sweep up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands frame your foot. Right toe tucks, right knee lifts, right foot meets left in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands pull a prayer to heart center. Slow your breath. Come back to your body. If you would like one more round of sun salutations, they are there for you. If you feel like you need some more movement, please take it. If you are ready to wind down with me, keep following along. Arms reach up, gaze is up. On an exhale, release your torso toward the floor, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, flat back, gaze is down. Exhale, release your torso toward your thighs. Pressing through your palms, stepping right foot back and then the left, coming into our last high plank of the day. Inhale, exhale, release your toes, release your knees, shift your hips back. Child's pose. So child's pose is actually going to be our first long held pose of our practice. So if you would like to get set up in a way that is extra supported, extra comfortable, I encourage that. That might look like a blanket in between your knees. This creates a little bit of extra space so that your hips maybe don't sink all the way toward your heels. You can take that blanket and fold it as many times as you need if you need that extra space between shins and thighs. And that allows for your hips to stay a little more elevated. If that is unnecessary, you can create a bolster or fold your blanket for something that resembles a bolster so that your torso can drape forward. If you want a little bit more elevation for your head, feel free to place a block or any props that might feel good here underneath your head so that you can sink your belly in between your thighs. And hands can either reach out long, but keeping elbows soft, or they can come behind you, palms facing up. Lots of options, but lots of options so that you can find something that feels really good. Noticing where your forehead meets the mat or meets your props. Your third eye center presses, and bringing attention to that center. And get out any final little wiggles so that you can rest. In these long held postures, we come to that point just before our edge so that we experience sensation but not pain. And then we cultivate stillness. And as I mentioned, with stillness, our intuition can sink in, can really turn on. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it out your mouth. Once more, in through your nose. Pause and release it out of your mouth. And I'll be quiet and we'll stay here for a few minutes.
5 more unhurried breaths on your own. Releasing any held tension through your breath as you exhale out your mouth. And when you're ready, slowly press your chest upright, coming to rest on knees and shins. Chest upright, and just settle. Maybe placing a hand at your heart center to ground yourself. And notice the rise and fall of your chest as you take natural inhales and exhales. Rolling onto one hip. Reach your legs forward. And give them a little shake, shaking out any tension on bringing some blood flow back into your legs. You can windshield wiper your knees. But whatever you do so with mindfulness and intuition. What feels good to your body right now? Our next pose is half butterfly. So right foot comes in toward left thigh. Left leg is extended out long. And we will fold over our extended left leg. But I really encourage you to use some props. See, this isn't, one block is not enough for me to get the sort of comfortable release that I'm looking for. So I'll take 2 and, play around with it to see what maybe feels best to you. Maybe take a micro bend in your left knee if that feels better on your hamstring and low back. That actually feels a lot better for me. So I'm gonna place a blanket just under my left knee, just the smallest bend, but that allows our torso to extend out and forward rather than just hunching down. Creates a little bit more length through our back body so that our torso can fold. And releasing head to any props. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Pause for just a moment and exhale out your mouth. Again, we are finding that edge, maybe just before we find an edge, and pausing. Once again, noticing where your third eye center meets the props or your knee or your hands if you've stacked them in a way that is supportive. But just bringing attention to that place in between your eyebrows. And I'll be silent for a few minutes to let you be with yourself. palms can rest face down or face up. Might feel a little more energizing in a gesture of reception. Release your jaw. Release your brow. Scan your body for any held tension and invite that spot to soften. Invite 4 more breaths on your own. And pressing into the ground to slowly and mindfully lift your torso and rotate it forward, rotate it toward the center, and just pause. Eyes closed down. Notice any shifts. And removing any props. We'll come into this pose on the other side. So left foot comes in toward your right thigh. Oh no. Right leg extends long. Torso rotates so that it is oriented out toward this extended right foot. I think I'm going to set up the same way. So if you want to take a micro bend in that right leg and place any blankets or props. As you can see, it's not bent terribly, right? It's just not locked into an extended or straight position. And finding
any props that support you, with your torso again oriented toward that extended right leg, so that first your chest can face out and then down rather than hunching over. Release your forehead to rest gently on your props. Palms can face up or down. And take one deep breath in through your nose. Pause. And exhale out your mouth. Notice what feels different from this side to the last. I'm noticing that my right hamstring is definitely tighter than my left. Without any judgment, I'm just noticing, my right hamstring is tighter. Neither good nor bad, just different. And again, scanning from the top of your head down through your face, neck and shoulders, torso, hips, thighs, calves and feet, for any tension, any place that you're gripping. And just ask your body, can you let go of this?
Let's take 4 more breaths, unrushed. And begin to walk your torso upright, oriented forward, placing palms to rest somewhere along your body, heart, thighs, knees, your choice, and just settle. Beginning to find a little movement in your fingers and toes. Removing any props. And finding any movement that might feel good once more. For me, I think again, it's windshield wipering your knees. But anything works here. Anything to breathe a little bit of movement and sensation back into your body. And we'll set up for our last pose before we rest. And it's going to be a face down pose. Setting up your blocks so they are like shoulder width apart, and making your way onto your belly. This is a really gentle face down heart opener with your shoulders relaxing on 2 props. Arms extended out long behind you, palms facing up. And if a blanket or pillow under your head would feel good, please find that. But allow your forehead once again to rest gently on something that feels stable. Notice your belly breathing into the floor and your back body rising and falling with each breath. Notice your pelvis release. Any held tension can melt away.
Let's take 4 more mindful breaths on your own count. Noticing the rise and fall of your back body. Noticing your belly pressing into the floor. And when you're ready, bring your palms about equal with your shoulders. Maybe rolling your cheek onto your mat, one cheek or the other. Pausing here for a moment. Removing any props. And pressing your hips up and back. Maybe taking child's pose as a counterbalance for just a moment. Rocking your hips side to side. And when you're ready, we'll make our way onto our backs for our final resting pose. Take up space. Feet extend long and out. Palms facing up. Arms lengthened outward. Any props that might feel comfortable. A block on your belly. A blanket under your head or under your knees for a little additional support. And coming into stillness.
begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Rolling through your wrists and your ankles. Welcoming any pops and cracks. And when you're ready, roll over to one side and pause. Knees coming up toward your chest in fetal pose. But just pausing. When you're ready, you can press yourself to come to a seated position. Once again, taking any props that might feel good to you under your hips to create length through that spine. And to close, we'll take Gyan Mudra, so that's thumb and index finger gently pressing toward one another. Palms open, middle ring and pinky extended. Comfortable position anywhere along your thighs. A few rounds of natural breath in and out through your nose. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me. Thank yourself so much for giving yourself this opportunity. Palms press in to a prayer at heart center. Head bows with the utmost gratitude for yourself and for this practice. Thank you so much for being such an important part of my life. Satnam. Thank you all so much. I know that I needed this. I hope that it was what you needed today. If you have any questions or thoughts or ideas, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys soon.